Yo, 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 what's going on at the fight? Well, it's your boy Money back with another one, man. And we talking boxing. Had to cut the earlier stream out. Forgot boxing was on. I had to go live stream the fight real fast. But man, I got my brother Joe, the Golden Boy, will come in and join me today. We're gonna talk about these gloves with Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, how he cheated Wilder. Everybody else got their opinions and things like that on the type of gloves and shit like that. But to me, Fury is a cheat. He's a goddamn cheat. Ain't nothing gonna change my mind about that motherfucker being a cheater. What the
Going on? Hello?
hell? Yeah, I got you, ain't golden boy. I thought I was tripping
All
for
right.
my brother John Kramer in the building.
I followed the guy, big brother. You know I follow my big brother's orders. You know that?
Yes, sir. That's 78, bro. That's the OG right there.
Yes, sir.
Follow him on Instagram, man. You gotta follow him on YouTube as well. That's $1 million worth of games.
Okay, I'll make sure I follow the YouTube and once I get off of our thing. I didn't do that. I followed the Instagram. My bad.
Yeah, buddy, we'll let the people get up here. Y'all hit that like button as y'all come in, man. We got my brother
Okay,
Junior Golden Boy in this
awesome.
thing.
I made sure. Are you still seeing me straight up and down?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. Cause I turned it sideways. I
Oh no, you
bought
perfect. You
these
perfect.
gloves in, and I bought my other gloves in to help with the conversation as well.
Okay, okay. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all
And
hit the like button.
I posted in the story and in my Instagram and Facebook, make sure that you get
For
the
y'all,
love that you deserve, man. Because I mean, I tell the people getting in, I guess we could discuss this. I feel like you really uh steadfast. Like you've been very stead, even with school and everything. You know, you stayed 10 toes, like and fist balled up, putting in the work, scratching and clawing, putting in the work, giving people live fights, giving people information and stuff like that, keeping it out there, keeping it no holds barred, which is a lot of people like because excuse me, which a lot of people like because it's not status quo and be all goody two shoes with your words and everything, which also helps without being too vulgar. You in that, and I feel like you should I think a lot of credentials should be coming your way more often for you to go to these big fights and be taken care of. And like, I mean, honestly, I believe your time is coming. I've always thrown your name out there. Lately I've thrown your name out there to some people that's been looking at me called Gas Network, who God, I forgot to put it's upstairs, my wristband upstairs on my table. I always wear that wristband with my boxing pendant wristband
uh,
and my be like water wristband. But they, hopefully, with the boxing thing, especially with the Midwest, and I can't get out there and I'm in camps here. That man, hopefully they'll give you a call. If they got that space and that time and that wherefore they could give you that call. And put because to go to the fights, to even when you not at the fights, you be posting stuff. Yo, I found this out, I found this out, I found this out. Like me and you, I'll call you about some news. You be like, yeah, I just heard too, little bro. I'm like, uh-huh. Like, so yeah, man. Like but just like you be telling me, like about stop worrying so much, little bro. You special and all that stuff. I'm gonna tell you that too, man. You like how you told me, man, little bro, your time coming. And that I'll be having trouble believing in myself and stuff like that. I'm telling you the same thing, like your time coming, because the proof is there. The proof is there. Like the work is there. Consistent work.
Appreciate that, my brother. John Kramer, thank you so much for the donation, bro. It's all love, man. And he say, salute family. We in her. Did you know the rapper? Yeah, Baby Huey. We all knew Baby Huey in the city, man. It was just so unfortunate. We had a rapper Golden Boy that ended up getting killed, man. Not too long ago, man. Like last week. Just a sad situation. We really don't got all the details on the situation though, but yeah, like
Oh,
everybody
I
around
heard
the
about
city know.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard about that.
yeah, but
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Dang.
yeah,
I didn't
31
know that
years.
was you got hands and on him, like you've known him too. Like he was one of those
Yeah,
guys that everybody came across.
yeah, we know Baby Huey. Like, I got a
Oh,
picture
I'm
of Baby
sorry,
Huey
bro.
and everything, but like, it's just like this city just crazy, man. But he was 31, got 13-year-old kid, a little girl and shit like that, and that's just how the city is, man. Like, it's not just this city though, but every city, man, where we have shit like that happen, where you know, um, people, it's just crazy, man. But it's an unfortunate situation.
Wow.
My condolences to his family and things like that. We got
Yeah.
man, my brother Underground Asylum in the building. What's going down, champ? Underground, what's going down, man? That's
They
one.
filing in? More
Yeah,
people filing in? Okay. Just let
we,
me know when you're ready for me to go.
no doubt. But Underground, I appreciate you, man, to the utmost, man, to the utmost. And thank you so much, man, for always showing me love and what I'm saying, donate, especially in the hard time of need, bro. So I respect you on a whole nother level, champ. That's for real, for real. But yeah, man, we heard y'all, and it's just a thing, right, Golden Boy. This is my thing. I don't have no problem, bro. I don't have no problem at all with people saying, "No what, Monty? I believe that wasn't nothing wrong with the gloves, or I believe this or this." If they coming with logic, bro. If they coming with
Yeah.
logic, or they coming with
Yeah.
from a standpoint of where it's like you could tell it's sincere, and it's like they really feel like that the
Yeah.
shit can happen. But
That's
now,
how you felt about me
yeah,
when I did my video. You said, I see what you're saying, go. I see what you're saying, little bro.
yeah. But the thing is this now, like now they coming in, right? And you know me, I'm
Hmm.
gonna speak my mind regardless. I'm gonna speak
Of
my mind
course.
regardless, and I ain't got no problem if a motherfucker want to go back and forth. If you want to go to war, or however you want to bring, or however you want to take it, I'm built for whatever. However they
And two,
want
you
to
can
take it.
handle yourself. So of course you gonna say what you want.
So,
You
so
can
what I
handle
say
yourself.
is, what I say is this, Underground. This is what I said Underground on my post. That the Gypsy King used another Gypsy move to cheat at Brown's Bomber in the second fight to win his world title. All you people that's talking about Photoshop, yeah, okay. So the live footage is Photoshop as well, huh? A lot of haters saying why the team making excuses or his fans can't accept the loss, and both are false. Because we're not making excuses and we can accept the fucking loss. It's not hard to accept the loss. The fight been over for
Yeah.
how long now? So
Especially he fought valiantly. So it's
yeah,
okay to say, oh, but,
right. Let me finish this, Golden Boy. Let me finish this. So I
yeah,
say,
yeah.
so they are false. It's false because we can accept the fucking loss, and we're not making no excuse because we the same motherfuckers that gave praises and credit when he won. All I'm
Yep.
saying is explain the dent in the glove where you can see the knuckles. When Floyd caught
Hmm.
Madonna trying to use gloves with no padding, I guess that was bullshit as well, huh? It's crazy how they can just rob a man and get away with it. People want to see Wilder lose so bad they will overlook anything. But Wilder going to clean his ass up in the third fight.
Hmm.
He's taking gloves, blood, trunks, mouthpieces, even his bald ass head for illegal substances. We know the play and why mainstream media is so quick to post fiery words of him not cheating, but won't react to this damn dent in his glove. You know what I mean? Now, by me
Hmm.
saying these things, I don't got no problem when people coming up posting fiery shit. Y'all, okay, get it. But my thing is, don't just sit back and look at the first fight where you see a flappy fucking glove, what a glove flappy. What do you say? Oh, this the reason why this, that, or not? Because BFTB did a great fucking show yesterday, and I went and did my own research and looked at all his other fights and how come the gloves are on straight where you don't see no white tape. For people who talking about, oh, he got a big fist and the arm push out like this, but his shit on perfect in these other fights. But when it comes to the Wilder fight, now we see tape on the gloves. Now we see a flappy glove. And now looking at the second fight, now we see a dent in the glove. And I'm looking at the fight live. This ain't no Photoshop or none of that shit.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 25 minutes into the fight. Go check it out for yourself. Look at him when he make the face, and look at the glove, and look at the dent. Why the fuck is it a dent in the glove? You know what I mean? So looking at that situation, right? It raised my eyebrows, and it make me wonder, like, what the fuck was going on? Like, what the fuck was going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So to me, this what I
Yes,
believe,
sir.
this
Yes,
what
sir.
I feel. I feel like that man went in there and he fucking cheated Wilder, man. I feel like he cheated Wilder. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. If you got a different opinion, if you feel another way, well, then you come and present your case. But the shit that been coming and motherfuckers coming under my post with all this, oh man, y'all fanboy, weak ass niggas, or he got his ass beat, Deontay Wilder, a bitch. Oh, y'all
Can't
making him
stand
look
people who
soft.
talk like that.
Or motherfuckers talking about, oh, he the twerk king and all this bullshit.
What they got to do was going on in the ring. Like, all right, go
Exactly,
ahead, continue,
exactly.
bro.
But they can come to Wilder and they can talk about, oh Wilder, he's a twerker, he's this, and I ain't fit a. I'm not about to question no man masculinity. When we see a man up here got children, got a beautiful ass wife, to speak the way he speak, because a Negro ain't gonna walk up in his face and say, "Oh man, you a twerking queen, you gay," and none of that
At
shit.
all.
They know
At all.
he gonna reconstruct their motherfucking face. So when I look at that shit, but we look at Tyson Fury talking about the size of a man package. Oh, I wish I had a package like Wilder. Oh, I know AJ got a big package. But then he on stage and he kissing motherfucking mans in the mouth. And that's not, I'm not saying the man this, that, or none of that. But I'm just saying if you go look at it
But
one
I'm
way,
not
and
gonna
you go
go
look
that
at it
far to
another
get
way.
no mind games. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna kiss no man in the mouth to play no mind games before a fight.
exactly, bro. So when I look at that shit, and when I'm looking at these people, and I'm like, okay, so if you gonna look at Wilder and say this, that, and the third, but you gonna sit up here and you're gonna praise Fury, then okay, if you're gonna do you know the antics and the shit that Fury do? You gonna praise
Yes.
the man for having fun with his family. Y'all talking about Turkey. This man did this dance before, having fun with his family. The man is comfortable with his motherfucking masculine. The
Yeah,
man,
he's in
man,
his
look,
house.
exactly, chilling with my family, having fun. I don't give a fuck what's out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But I just see that the hate coming from people that look like me and that look like you, the worst. You know what I'm saying? That look like me and that look like you. The hate is so fucking worse. Like I can understand a UK fan, you know what I'm saying, coming in. Oh man, look, this, that, okay. You rap for your champ. Okay, I get it. But when you got motherfuckers in America, you got motherfuckers in America talking, oh, I don't like Wilder because he talked too much shit. You know what I'm saying? He got what he deserved. Or he talked too much shit. He ain't got no
Whoa,
skills. He
whoa,
ain't
whoa, who
this.
said
You know what
that?
I'm
Conor McGregor
saying?
talks all that crap and they praise him.
Yeah, this lame ass Negro. So I'm like, he talked too much shit. I said, so what did he say to piss you off for him talking too much shit? Oh, I say, man, the truth is, these cats don't like Wilder because of his fan base. You know what I'm saying? My brother Underground Asylum say they keep saying Photoshop as a distraction. Trust and believe they behind the scenes trying to clean this up, but new media is focused. Is focused. The gig is up. Facts, bro. Facts. Commissioner NJ Diaz signed off on the gloves. What's the discrepancy? The discrepancy is Nick Diaz is the dent in the glove. The dent in the glove. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the video, Nick Diaz, 4 minutes and 25 seconds in, and explain the dent in the glove. Just excuses from Wilder fans. Look, just as all right, man. That's why I say y'all refuse to go look at the evidence and come back and question the shit.
And that's
The
why
is an
I'm
excuse.
here.
You know what I'm saying? Is an excuse. You know what I mean? But y'all
Yeah,
still haven't went and looked and question the shit though. Y'all to look at it and say, oh, you know what? Both fights boxing. What's going down, fam? Y'all just look at it and say, well, um, it's Photoshop. Oh, but we looking at live footage, so you can Photoshop live footage, right? A motherfucker throw a punch and it's Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. He say Sultan only you. Sultan say, and Nick Diaz, you still employed of the month for 6 months running. Man, it's crazy though. But go ahead, go to boy, cook up, champ.
okay. All right. For people don't who may not know me, because I know y'all always hear Monty talking me up and everything. I'm the baby brother. My name is Don Hollingsworth the second, also known as Golden Boy, out of Maryland. My uncle is Ernesto Rodriguez, who trained Jerry Hurd. My dad is Don Hollingsworth. My god brother is Gary Russell Jr. and everything. So I've grown up around this thing of ours. Anybody who made, because I got a lot of my people who the hardcore people who follow me, at least half have come from Monty's recommendation. So anyone who's seen my last post that had to do with after the fight that had to talk about the gloves, before people say, "Oh, you was on Tyson Fury's side," no, no, I wasn't. I was impartial. I always, like, for instance, I said the beginning of the video, I said Nevada is investigating the all big, Lil G, Sweet G and Allen were on the national team when they always called them Big Country, so I always called them Big Country. They investigating Big Country for taking his gloves, his power locks, and pushing them on the floor and pushing them on the wall before the second fight. That been going on since forever. Like, they investigating him for that. That was corny. Now, when it goes now, the reason why I was talking about the gloves in my videos was because it seemed like people who were shooting for stuff, it's like same thing that Big Bro said. It has to be logical. It has to make sense. It has to be constructive. First, it was, oh, he's throwing a hook and that's hitting him with bare fists. And then it was, well, his hand's at the bottom of the glove and that's giving him extra power. Gloves don't really work like that. This is why. Because when you have your hand at the bottom, the only way that helps Tyson in the first fight, before we get to the second fight, when he's pulling his hand here to make sure his hand's at the bottom and he's feint working, the only way that helps is he already know he ain't in tip-top shape. He already know that. So he knows he's dealing with a big punch. He knows he's going to be on the back foot the whole first fight. So that's going to help
89
him.
TV, 89 TV, salute to you, my brother. Big team, what's going down, man? Even though you can say 4 months excuses all you want, salute to you for jumping in. Go ahead. And Lee Boy Brown say, I saw the whole fight again. I saw no Louise Resto gloves. Why is there no videos like Louise Resto?
We're going to talk about that too, Nate TV. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna break down everything, all my knowledge that I've learned about gloves, and we're gonna see what people think. All of that. That's why Monty bought me here. Now, you see my hands all the way at the top. Now, what he did in the first fight, bringing his hand here. You see now my knuckle is here in the middle. When you flicking it, the only way that helps him is to kind of take it back to the amateurs, because now you know that water's getting down in the glove. That now it starting to get tired. So what you do is if that helps him, is to slide it down so that way he can shoe shine or whatever, get some extra punches off to keep him at bay until he's able to then boom, shoot a shotgun jab. You saw what I did? Boom, I went like, let's say if it's break clinch, my hands here in the middle, and I feint, I walk, pull the glove back up. You see guys do that, Ricky Hatton, Tyson, so many guys do that. Pacquiao, they move their hand, move your knuckle up a little bit, especially when you got small hands or whatever, and it's not snug. You're gonna move that, you're gonna pull that pad, and then boom, then he could get a shotgun off. That's the only way that can help. Now, when he's throwing that little hook thing where he was like, man, he's hitting him with bare fist right here. I wish I bought my tape and gauze. Then I put it on my hand and slid on, put it on, but that hurts. Like, I don't know what benefit he got from that, but that's hurting him, because when you got tape and gauze on, which is like a cast, and you already got your glove in, now we take into account this part was loose, right? And then he's throwing it, it still hurts, because you're not going from, some gloves is straight up and down like Grant, and some gloves like Power Lock or like these European Ben Lee's, it starts to arc into a V just a little bit, or U, instead of straight up and down like this, to where, but once it gets to the wrist, it gets, no matter what glove it is, it gets narrow. And now I'm saying you trying to hit Deontay is, and I don't know, whatever benefit he got from that, more power to him, because when I tried that mess, that crap hurt, especially with tape and gauze on. And I put that video up. Now to the second fight, somebody said, and that's the problem, because I see different pages that's doing that are really good pages, logical pages that's been in the game, and it's like they even losing their wits and not putting up logical stuff. Somebody said, well, wasn't Cotto's team and Margarito's? No, he wasn't. If you go watch, I think it was the Clotty fight, Jim Lampley said, when it comes to his anger towards Margarito, he does want that rematch, but he says he put some thought to himself because he did not send his uncle or anyone from his team over to watch the
Boy,
hand get wrapped.
you using your phone or you on the computer? You on your
I'm on
phone?
my phone.
Oh, I was gonna send you something. But go ahead, keep cooking. Keep
So
cooking.
so that didn't happen that way. Now we already know he went back to Crump, so he's going back to I'm bringing it that offensive style. So his whole thing was like, this is the line. You see how me and Monty screen divides? That's
Hold
going
on.
to be the shoulder.
Who going back to Crump?
Remember, he went back to Crump for the second fight to get ready for
No, he
Big
did.
Country for the second fight.
It ain't that he went back to Crump. He went to Crump. It ain't like he's not affiliated with Crump.
No, he's not. He's not a Crump fighter. But remember, him Andy was, and when he
Yeah,
spent like 3 weeks there. He spent 3 weeks there when he was turning pro early in his pro career, or whatever.
yeah.
So that he learned, he was going back to try to get what he learned and try to get him because he needed that offensive style to help. Because I guess Andy Lee's his cousin. I didn't know that, but he's like, I think if you want to get this guy and you want to stop him, the politics that's involved with this fight, first of all, that has to be spoken of. There's politics on both sides. You have Tyson Fury who's going to say in his mind or in his camp, I have to knock this guy out because he's the last American heavyweight. So they may not want to lose that. And if I lose to this guy, then Andy Ruiz could maybe get a rematch or whatever. Let's say he beats Anthony Joshua in the third fight. Next thing you know, everything is back in America. So I got to knock him out or they're going to give it to him. It's far-fetched as that sound. But legit, across the board, you've seen me saying in many videos, even Monty heard me say this, the real politics is in Big Country's camp, Deontay Wilder's camp, where he got to think, I got to knock this boy out. Because no matter what in the fight game, there will always be a great white hope. There will always want a great white hope. There will always be politics for a great white hope. No matter what, no matter, and people want to say, oh, don't bring race into it. There's no such thing as race in boxing. Oh, come on, that's play. That's bull. If there's no such thing as racism in boxing, then why is it called politics? And if nobody can write a comment, and I can't see the comments, Monty can. If no one can go against me on what I just said about if there's no such thing as racism in boxing, then why is there a thing called politics? Or if you cannot go inside my statement and dissect that and break that down and unpack it and say this is why I disagree and it's constructive, then you know there's some truth to it. Now, moving on to the next thing. Deontay Wilder got to sit there and think, I already know people feel what they feel about my skills. I already know people feel what they feel about how I stand on certain issues and how I'm not wilting on those issues, let alone we dealing with a great white hope who they really pushing because of him coming back from what he came back from, which is I tip my hat to him. And you want to say Monty is crapping on Tyson Fury. Monty at every turn has tipped his hat to Tyson Fury for getting the belt and coming back from what he came back from to win a belt again, let alone get back to that level. Now, let's go to these gloves. Only gloves that can have dent in them is horsehairs. For people, and really listen to what I'm saying, because if people that are talking all of this stuff about gloves, if they don't know about what horsehairs are, what pure foams are, what mixes are, and those three glove types, if they don't know what those three glove types are, they know nothing. They should not be speaking on this. And it's okay to say, and I guess that's why I have so much knowledge, because I've been able to shut the hell up and let other people speak and dissect what is right. You know in your gut when you're hearing something that makes sense and you can learn from it, and when it's something that what I learned today is that don't make sense and I don't need to do that. And period, there are three types of gloves. You have pure horsehair, and horsehair gloves break down. And you could go back and look at the Manila fight with Ali and Frazier, with the heat and what those guys put themselves through, along with the bricks that they were throwing. You can see the dents all in that glove, the padding moving all through them gloves. Let's go to the 80s. You look at, excuse me, I'm sorry. excuse me, forgive me. You look at Tyson's glove, he's moving the padding. I mean, you have little tricks. It's little tricks, like you even in the gym, even with foam, where
Wow,
you take the glove.
what's going down? Salute to y'all, family.
Oh, my bad, Monty. So
I'm just shutting it out.
when it's little and it's little tricks, like especially with horse heads, like Greg Hackett, Mr. Hot Shot, the Grizzly. He would tell you like, oh yeah, you got the right hand wrap on when they tape your hands up the right way and your hand is secure, and you putting on some horse heads, and then you tied up in a V. That it, like if people who talking about this glove situation don't know what cutting the gloves are, you don't need to have no conversation with them. And if you don't know what cutting the gloves are, cutting the gloves is where, dang, I wish my pop was here. So if you're going around, you have some guys that'll take the gloves and they'll twist, right, and then they go down, whatever, right? Now these are fight gloves. These are 10, and we're gonna get into what brand these are and how similar they are to what.
I mean, those 8 ounces.
These are 10s. These are 10.
So what's that? 154 and up.
Yes, 154 and up. Yes. Now cutting the gloves is when you are done wrapping the guy's hands and they say 15 minutes to walk time, and you start hitting the mitts, and they start taping you up. You do your X up here, not down here. Oops, sorry, not down here. You do it up here. Depending on the commission, they don't allow this that much no more. You can go back and look at any pictures from the 80s to the early 2000s, because Oscar De La Hoya was known for this. You wear and all Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales before he started wearing wings because he was destroying his hands. Floyd early in his career because it makes your hand feel more secure. Let alone it does what I'm about to say right now. You take the string and you go up here, and then as you go up here, then you move it down. And once you move it down and it gets tight, then you start tying it up from right here where that Ben Lee sign at the bottom. That's when you start doing your and tying it, and then round it and tie it. Then you get the tape and tie. So basically, you taping and tying it up right here, right where you see that TM, that trademark at, right under the Bentley, and then you taping it up right there. And when you're taping it up right there, and when you're pulling that lace down, you're basically pulling the horsehair padding back from up here, pushing it down here to secure the wrist and everything. You're turning an 8-ounce glove into a 6-ounce glove. You're turning a 10-ounce glove into an 8-ounce glove, and so forth and so on. That's how that's done. Now, what's the significance of that? The significance of that is when you're able to cut these gloves, you break it down. They took that rule away. You can't even think to do that in a dressing room now. The commission gonna tell you, hey, oh, nah, gotta tape it up right here. The highest you may be able to go, and I'm telling you because I'm a cut man for one of my god brothers who's his name is Monster Mark Johns, Mark with a Q, Mark Johns. He and you can look him up. He's 7 now. He got robbed his last one, so he's 7-2. And one time I tied his gloves up, and the commissioner allowed me to go this high. He allowed me to go this high. And that was it. He said, "You can go that high. You're good," and let me tie him up. Now in 1996, they bought in these type of gloves, pure foam. And it took some fighters a lot to get used to. Because remember, from even though going up to the 2000s, you still saw guys wearing horsehairs, pure Reyes gloves every HBO fight. 9 out of 10. Like even Top Rank, Bob Burnham, he has a room full of them, just full of black and red, mostly all red, 8s and 10s and reds. And the foams took a lot of people to get used to. Some people didn't like it, some people did. And when you have that foam, there is no way in hell you can dent up foam. I don't care how soft. Like these are super soft. These Adidas are super, super soft. Shout out Jamel Herring, Simplify. Thank you. I appreciate it because it helped my little hands. These are pure foam. You can have the softest foam imaginable. Power Locks are a little bit more sturdier foam. Me personally, I like soft, but you cannot, under any circumstances, throw. You could sit there and have a hell of a like a Manila type of fight, Thriller Manila type fight, and these gloves may get softer, but there should be no dent. It's not gonna do this. It's not gonna do that. And see, look, I'm pressing this hard. Now, in fact, I'm gonna go under. See, look, that's the most it's gonna do, and you only see that little bit of a wrinkle. All right, now power locks not gonna do that, especially no matter how big of a puncher Big Country is. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Now, he wore Puffin Sport. He being Tyson Fury wore Puffin Sport. Puffin Sport is similar to these right here, which is Ben Lee's, who Caleb Plant's opponent wore his last fight. And these are a mix of both. Adidas does the same thing. These foam training gloves, 16 ounces that you just saw in the picture. When you have on Ben Lee's or Adidas fight gloves, you can ask Adidas, I want horsehair or I want foam horsehair mix. And what is the mix like? It's like this. Watch the glove closely. Now watch, even when I open up my hand, oh, that's what I forgot to show you too. When I open, if I pick a shot, you see my hand is opening up. Do you see any dent? Monty, do you see a dent happening anywhere? Unlike that picture, remember that picture? When he opened up his, exactly, when he opened up that glove in that picture, you saw a dent, right? You saw wrinkles, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you see any wrinkles?
I see a few wrinkles, but I don't see no dent.
Only right here, but only right here on the finger, going all the way up. But still, you don't see nothing like about what you about to see on these gloves. Now, these are a horsehair. These are a horsehair mix. Now, the pad, that's the foam part, is right here.
The motherfucker look like they could have dents and vents and rents and prints.
Yeah, all right. So when you watch me open up these gloves, now let's say I'm in the back. I'm just getting laced up, and just like especially like I've worn Jared's gloves after fight. Like if you go back and look at when Jared fought Molina. Side note, I really want to say this part. When Jared fought Molina, the big highlight that ended up on ESPN, one of his biggest highlight knockdowns, when he shot over and shot the uppercut. When he came home, that was his first time ever wearing Grants, and he never wore them again because it's just not his cup of tea. But when he came home, I would always try his gloves on, like the Reyes one. He had gold Reyes's, yeah, and then he had those from that fight with Molina. When he shot that right uppercut, the dent that was there, like you could see it go in like that, but it wasn't like horsehair where your fingers touch.
I got
like
Greg.
Horsehair is.
Greg go jump on in about 5 minutes, he say.
All right, so you could take horsehairs and you could kind of like get your fingers to touch the bottom. Like even with these, see my fingers are touching. You see my fingers are touching. Oops, let me turn it. See, my fingers are touching. So when you do that, even on the knuckle part, and this is where the foam part's at. So you could kind of do that with horsehair. You can kind of get away with it with horsehair a little bit, but we all need to find out what were those gloves. Were the Puffin Sports that he wore in the second fight and the first fight, and both, were they horsehair? I think he wore did he wear MX? I can't remember, but did he wear MXs in the first fight, Everlasting MXs, which is horsehair, pure horsehair? I can't remember.
Let me check though, but I don't think that was MXs though. I don't know. Let me see.
And the second fight he wore Puffin Sport. Puffin Sport does mixes, and you see when you got mixes, it's kind of like horsehair, horsehair, horsehair. But right here where the knuckle at, there's foam. See, like you see my two fingers kind of squishing the foam closer. So even, and you can see like you still got some slight imprints on here from even like right here. See, remember that picture where he had his hand open, bro? Now look at my hand and my tiny little hands. So
we got the OG 78 in the building. Keep cooking. You got 78 watching. That's an honor right there.
Now you see, Monty, I want you to look at what I'm doing. Now you know my hands are little, and you know the hand issues that I've had. Even when Jared threw that uppercut and he brought the gloves home, you knew that that's the part where the chin landed on the glove, but the dent was
it wasn't like a horsehair glove. You know, it wasn't like, oh man, those gloves got wore down over the 11 rounds until you stopped them. It wasn't like that. Those foam gloves, they were made for that reason. Foam gloves were made, period, point blank. Foam gloves in 1996 and on were made for the exact reason that we are discussing right now, to make sure that they don't wear down as quick, to make sure that they don't sit there, the padding isn't manipulated. Like if you was, even though I wish I could do it, y'all, but I love these joints. I wish I could cut them open right now and show you how long it would take to take foam out of these gloves and make a dent here to make it, to push my knuckle up further. It will take a long time, guys. It really will. Now, when you sitting there with that, the two photos, one when he's like this, hitting Deontay, and the glove was like this, right, Mon? It was kind of like that, squishing inward, right?
Yeah, the motherfuckers pushing in, not squishing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah.
It's different.
I'm doing that now, and it's not. See, this is where the foam is at in my glove. See, down here is where the horsehair is, and up here is where the horsehair, with the top of the finger, to make it easier to open your hand.
Did you ever see that Nicholas Asbury shit where he showed Tyson Fury taking patterns out the glove?
In training camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he said I was sparring them, and the gloves no pad is padding, and mine, they bought me new gloves to train with, and mine's got all this padding, but Tyson's is all broken down. Yeah, I saw that.
Not just broken down. Not just broken down. Ain't no padding in the motherfuckers. No padding was in.
And this the thing, and you know how little my hands are, bro. You know the hand problems I've had, Gary has had, and whatever. Watch, I'm putting on these gloves, and I want now. Let me open my hands up. Now, remember I told you these are horsehair and foam. You can see where the foam is at because you see it right here. The foam padding's right there, and up here is where the horsehair is. Now, and my hands are so little, I need assistance with opening my hand and the gloves to pick a shot. But do you see anything similar to that picture, bro?
I don't know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that
remember that picture, the second picture, not the one with the squishing. The second picture where his hand is fully extended as he's like trying to do that away from Deontay. His hand is like this. And you saw similar right here to this. Now, this is where the foam is. This is a mix. This glove right here is a mix. This is where the foam is. You see right here. Up here is where all the horsehair and whatever is, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture now, but it's squishing in. You get what I'm saying? It's squishing in.
Yes. See how this is squishing?
Yeah.
Now, see how this is foam? And I'm doing all of this, and you don't see. Look at the middle. Look at where my knuckle is. That's where the foam padding is at. Look at all of this I'm doing. You don't see nothing breaking. Do you see it? Do you see it denting at all? Look, I'm gonna press into it. It's going right back.
Yeah.
Now look at the horsehair at the top. See the difference? How horshairs, you can manipulate it. You can make more dents here and there. You could do certain things with the glove to manipulate it, to do what you want with it. Like it's old stories of Tyson and so many other fighters who will roll their gloves up and put it under the door seal back then, and like let the joint break down or whatever. And then when they put it on, they move their hand. So I say all of this to say, I'm not saying Tyson Fury's cheating. I want to see more. I'm not saying that Deontay's crazy. I'm not going to do that because he the one who took those shots. How dare I? I don't know what he felt that night. But what I am saying, we need to know what brand those gloves were. And I don't mean Puffin Sport. We know they were Puffin Sport. We're talking about, were they pure horsehairs, or were they foam, or were they mix? Were they mix? That needs to be said. That needs to be found out immediately. If they are horsehair, like MX's and Reyes's, are they foam, like these Adidas, like certain Adidas fight gloves, like Grants and whatever, Power Locks and whatever?
And we know the foam gloves and the Grants is to protect the hand. And we know
Yep.
horsehairs is for punchers.
Yep.
Right?
Just like Maidana and Mayweather.
Yeah.
He made, go look at that tape where he made Maidana take the MXs off and put on power locks.
Yeah, and we seen that, but when you see the shit Madonna was using, we can say horsehairs, but did that shit even look like it had any type of padding in them motherfuckers? Like, did you see it? Like when
Yeah,
they,
oh yeah, I saw that video. I remember when it broke. I remember when
yeah.
everything started happening that night.
So when they was pushing inside them motherfuckers, right? Even if we want to say they was horsehairs, you can still look at them things and say that these motherfuckers don't look like they got no padding in them. That's my thing, right? So
Yeah,
of
because your
course,
fingers are touching too much. Your
yeah,
fingers are getting too close to touching.
when you can push in and you can feel knuckles, bro, it still should be some type of limitation. Even if you say they horse, it still should be some type of limitation on how much padding got to be in the fucking glove before you can feel a man knuckles. You understand what I'm saying? Now, regardless of manipulating the glove or shit like that, it should be a certain amount of padding in the gloves where ain't nowhere in hell you should be able to put a glove on and feel a man knuckles. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way, even if they horse hurt, even though you just showed them, you showed a dent, there's no way you should be able to see a man knuckles through a glove. Even with horse hairs on your hand, bro, you still should have some type of sense to say, yeah, they horse hairs, and even though it's bending, and I do know how horse hairs do break down, but through the sense of wearing horse hairs, you're not gonna see knuckles through the glove. Like,
you're not gonna see knuckle, you're not gonna see a dent. It's gonna take wear and tear. It's gonna take that 12 rounds and 10 rounds. Yeah.
Unless you got them motherfuckers for years and you just running through them and using them to, like you say, some people have special gloves where, you know what, these feel good, I'm gonna use these for sparring, yada yada yada, or these right here for training and shit like that. There's nowhere in hell a man print should be showing through gloves. No way. Even if it's broken down horse hers as you explained it. Because of the padding inside the glove still gonna prevent from you seeing a man knuckles, bro. So that's why I'm looking at them. And a lot of people say, oh, well, they was in there and they signed off on this and they signed off on that. But we seen motherfuckers get inside the ring and cheat with gloves on. We seen Margarito. Like, people say, oh, this, that, and the third. When he broke motherfucking Cotto down, when Cotto didn't know what was going on.
No, forget about Cotto for a second. I got a better story. I mean, of course, Cotto was the pinnacle of that situation. But go look up a guy that Margarito fought named Sebastian Lujan. His name is Sebastian Lujan.
I'm not saying horsehair gloves are illegal.
No, you want to hear this, bro? Because this is bad. Go look up a guy, bro. You could look it up right now. His name is Sebastian Lujan, and look at what happened to him against Antonio Margarito. They fought on ESPN2. I think it was Tuesday night fights. Because I remember, no, Friday. It was Friday night fights. He beat Sebastian, and going into the later rounds, his ear turned into a tassel. All of this from here up was hanging off, and this right here was torn. All of this is torn, and then here up was ripped and it's hanging off. So every time that, you know how a fighter boom, 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 and then we back out, they bounce again. The referee look and say, is his ear? You could see the referee go, is his ear jumping? His ear was a tassel.
Right.
Like, come on. You know, so to this point, you know, you already know Monty is on what he on. Like, he's steadfast and is said and done already. Me, I'm just giving a different perspective, y'all, on what I've known about gloves, what I've seen, little tricks here and there about tying them up, or, you know, using horse hairs, using foams, and how different gloves come in different ways. Like, you know, you got, like I said before, the 3 different types. To sum it all up, if people want to know, they need, especially, shouldn't Tyson Fury have these gloves in his house? Because every fighter in big, whether it's their pro debut, they NABL, you have that.
Or they saving them motherfuckers or something. Hell yeah.
Yeah, where are they? Even if they're gonna stay in Las Vegas to be it's gonna be at the entrance, you know, they're gonna encase it or whatever. They should still be around somewhere. Or are they in the dump? Now, if they in the dump after a big fight like that,
you know,
that says a lot. Yeah. But just point period, I just want to sum it up by saying that people need the bigger question that needs to be said. Forget about bringing the old stuff from way back when. That's been brought up now. So we already have that on the table. The question that needs to be said and figured out now is, what style were those gloves? We know they were puff and sport, but what was the mixture? Were they pure horsehairs? Were they foam, pure foam, or were they mixes? That needs to be said right now, because that can tell you right then and there what if they got on Deontay for putting on his foam and pressing them on the ground. That stuff been going on for years. But that's the reason why phones were made. But he pushing, like, you can still push your knuckle, get your hand more comfortable, because when you get brand new foam gloves in the back, they are so stiff. Oh my God, they are so stiff. You have to really get your hand in there, feel, and get it comfortable.
Yeah.
So him pressing it on the ground, pressing it on the wall, and whatever else, and they were investigating Deontay for that, which is so futile to me. It's so benign. That to me is benign for what I know about the sport. Like, I talked to Steve Cunningham, and they were like, for real? Like, oh, Malik Scott, all that stuff. I've talked to those guys, and they're like, man, what the heck I said, that can't believe that stuff been going on forever. Like, that don't mean nothing, you know. So you pushing it in there to get deeper, to get firm, to feel comfortable. That's what you're doing before it's walk time. If they're doing all of that, then they need to do the same thing and just find out what was, because that can tell you how much the gloves, to find out what those were, what mixture it was, that will be able to take the next step to know what could have been done to the gloves, what possibly, how they could have been manipulated. Like, all right, so we found out they horseheads. So we know how they could have done this or they could have done that. But all I gotta say is, if I'm Big Country and I'm getting that third fight, I need a guy following him on fight night. On fight day. Soon as he wakes up, I'm with him all day.
D-Lo,
we gonna get heavily acquainted.
Yeah, bro. So what's your thoughts on them, even in the first fight, unplugging the camera when they was in the locker room, when they were showing Fury?
The first fight or the second fight?
The first fight of them unplugging the camera when he was getting his hands wrapped.
I had a problem with that. That kind of made me raise my eyebrow, because ahead of time, they already tell you that, you know, we're going to come to your dressing room to film you shadow boxing at this time. We're going to come and film you at this time or whatever before you walk. That's already said ahead of time until you get used to the routine. So a big fight like that, you already know they're going to be in there watching you 24/7, because they're going to, you know how they do that whole thing where they switch, or let's go to the champ's locker room and the crowd goes nuts and whatever. That, so you already know they're going to look at your room. What was it that he had to have it cover? First, if you look at the tape, his boy is covering it, and then he just looks down and he sees the plug and he goes, man, bump that plug, and man, fuck that plug, and unplugged it. That makes you go, that makes it a little weird. And now his team, Deontay's team, went over and watched him get wrapped though. The guy who was his amateur coach all the way up to now, the white guy who's real cool, who's always there, the one that you saw say he didn't want to have it stopped or whatever. He was in there watching them get wrapped. And I'm telling you from experience, I've gone to watch different guys. Like, yo, my dad will send me, I'll wrap my guys' hands. Like, my dad is always trusting me to wrap his fighters' hands because of my hand issues. So I've always wrapped my dad's fighters' hands, or like my little cousin who's in there, I wrap his hands. And then when my dad had a pro fighter, he would always say, all right, Silk, time, go. You know, I would go. So Miss Wendy, I remember one time I went with Miss Wendy, it was Jimmy LeBlanc. He was fighting my dad fighter Josh. And he was like, yo, Mr. Jimmy, can I take a look at your gloves and everything? And everything. Yeah, sure. And he was real. Yeah, he gave me the gloves, check them. You check them. And when you check them, you check them. I mean, Jimmy LeBlanc, he always fought up here, so we knew him well. And we knew how he even was like, here, yeah, check it, here, check my stuff. You know, you see that urgency in the face, like, whoa, yeah, sure, check my stuff, man. I'm sorry, yeah, here's my, here's the, you know. So I took the gloves, I bent them like that. They were regular. They weren't power locks. They were the 1910s. That they were 1910s. I bent them. I moved them, like I went like that, pressed down, make sure I didn't feel nothing. I checked his left hand was already wrapped, and they were starting the right hand when I walked in there. And so I checked the left hand. I stuck my finger in right here, and go under, check that. You know, I go in, I'll be like, make sure I'm not hurting your champ, but I gotta go under. I want to make sure. And I take a little pin, I go in, make sure I don't feel no kink, 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 or whatever. See, shit like this, bro, and my bad to curse, but shit like this is the reason why, and not many people know this story. When Jared went to New York to fight that fight against Molina, my uncle now, you know how some fight they got that gall pad that go on the knuckle? Everybody knows that takes time to do. So the trainers will do the amateurs all the way up to the pros. They'll do that ahead of time and just give it to right when they about to start, and they start going around the wrist and doing the what we call layer one. They'll give it to the commissioner, and the commissioner will flick through it like a deck of cards, like this. And I got pads upstairs, but like they'll go like that. They'll go like just like a deck of cards. They'll go look through each part, and I will run upstairs and get a gall pad, but I don't want to waste your time. Like, but it's they will flick through it. When he went to New York, Uncle Nesto just like starting on Jared's wrist, and then he goes, grabs the pad, and it's a lady you see on TV all the time. She has red hair. She's the New York State Athletic Commissioner. You'll see her all the time. Any of the fights at the Barclays Center or Madison Square Garden, she has red hair. And my Uncle Nesto, you know, like every trainer does, yep, here. She said, you got to unwrap that all the way. Oh, and I was like, you know how long that takes? No, just flick through it or smell it, you know, because that's one of the reasons you could smell when it's cast, because it's a certain chemical that's in it for when it gets wet and whatever. And, you know, so sometimes, like I've heard some guys spray it with like a little spray bottle to see if it or whatever, but you said, nah, you got to unwrap the whole thing. Oh, and that's what couldn't believe it. You're like, are you serious? Dang, all right, I got to start this whole thing. Like, so he unwound it, gave it to Billy. Billy started doing it. But stuff like that is over the top as that sound. Mm-hmm. Stuff like what we discussing is the reason. Like, that's where that comes from.
See, this is my thing. Know, go ahead, finish up.
No. Go ahead, bro. I'm done. Go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna get back on the situation. My thing is though, like when we look at Fury and we look at Wilder, right?
Yes, sir.
And we know Wilder. How many? If I was to ask you, if you look at the UK motherfuckers, right?
Yes,
how
sir.
many UK people that you think would give Wilder the benefit of the doubt if the shoe is on the other foot, and if Wilder went in there,
no,
and beat Fury like that? But you seen Wilder with dents in his glove like that and shit like that going on. So
I can hear it now. I can hear it now. Like, man, I told you he was a blown up cruiserweight. He wasn't that strong. Yeah. I told you this, that. Oh, man, that guy wouldn't hit the end of it.
219, 220 pounds, knocking out 265 people that weigh 270. You see all these things, right? Mm-hmm. So my thing is this, bro. And I see all these cats, like I say, when I made my post, and you see the cats I'm going back and forth with. I'm not going back and forth with motherfucking UK. I mean, I went back and forth with my bro Chatterboxer. He from the UK.
Hey, Mr. Spencer.
Yeah, you see motherfuckers over there. You see, I'm going at it with motherfuckers who look like me and look like you. Like, I'm going at it with them, and as they coming out, oh man, Wilder got his ass beat to a bloody pulp. Oh, he did see that, and I'm looking at this shit, and it's mind-boggling, bro. Because I say, Wilder going in that ring, and this man fighting for these motherfuckers every day, putting his life on the line. You know what I'm saying?
But Deontay didn't help his case. He didn't help his case.
Wait a minute. Standing up, and you say he didn't help his case about what? About what you say he didn't help his case about what?
Because me personally, you know how I feel about fighters. Like you remember with the whole thing about the fight being stopped about that, you know. So everybody knows where I stand. But people are gonna say, "Oh, this is coming from the guy who gave the excuse about his outfit and all that other stuff." So they're gonna hold that over his head and then say,
"Did you ever see an interview yet with him giving an excuse about his suit? Have you ever seen?"
He has not done that. No, it was only on Punchy Moment recording. That was all. That was putting from voice to paper.
Did you hear it out his mouth?
No.
Nobody heard nothing out of Wilder's mouth saying, "Oh, my outfit was 40 pounds, and that's the reason why." Nobody heard it out of his mouth. But a motherfucker come out and say these things, and they take it, and now Wilder the reason. Oh, he said this about the suit. He said that about the suit. Well, Wilder never said that nothing about the suit like that. But people won't give him the benefit of the doubt. Look, they're just taking and they'll run with it. Oh, and like you say, he didn't help his case, yada yada. But we still don't got no evidence of saying Wilder saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? But if he said it off the record or what, people took it and they want to use anything to put against Wilder to say these type of things. But we never heard the man say it out his own mouth. So one right there, that's why I don't fall for that shit. You understand? I don't fall for that shit. Two, even with these things coming out, right? We saying
Yes, sir.
while the homeboy come out and say these things, you know, this from the doctor. And now we're saying Marcelo's waters come out, his brother saying, my brother got a dent in his head, and it ain't from a fucking boxing glove. Like I say, to me, I don't know if it was
I
something.
would love to see that MRI. I really would. That CAT scan on MRI, I would love to see it. Because you know me being in school, but I would love to see that, to see, oh yeah, bro, this right here, you know, I could point it out.
Yeah, I won't say that it's an object, but like I say, Knuckles can put a dent in your motherfucking head if you get punched in your head with fucking Knuckles. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, on that part, we got a homeboy that's like a brother that came out and said the shit. We got his brother that's coming out and saying the shit. But Wilder still haven't spoke on it yet. You understand?
Yeah, and I want to know, was it a cheekbone fracture? Was it slight, was a mandible crack? Like, what was it? Like, I want to know.
Blow to his head. Not this ain't no, not to the cheekbone. He saying a dent in my brother's head, in the head.
So it has to be here.
So
it has to be here. Because remember where those right hands landed. It has to be somewhere right here.
So it's in his brother's head. So it's not a cheekbone or nothing like that.
No. The cheekbone's here. The cheekbone only stops here. Yeah. I'm talking about, remember where them right hands landed, where it will slide off and go right here. It has to be somewhere. That dent has to be somewhere around this area. Has to be.
I believe Wilder gonna end up showing it to us, right? But still, even with that being said, right, Wilder still haven't said anything yet. So when I see cats and they come out, oh, you know, it's his friend. I mean, Wilder ain't said nothing. It's just more excuses. It's more to see. I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a damn about how people can come and persuade things, or because like I say, it's how you come and how you saying what you say. Like whatever you say, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm gonna say, you know what, Goldenboy, I can understand, bro. But when a motherfucker come, they y'all saying this shit because Wilder lost, and y'all making excuses, and y'all can't take it up. Listen, man, the fight been fucking over. Mentally wise, we all pass that shit mentally wise. We all pass it. You understand? Even Wilder passed the shit mentally wise. But what I'm saying is this: it still don't take away from the shit being true or what happened in the fight. You understand what I'm saying? It still don't take away from it. So to me, if I see things that happen, it can be a fight that happened 2 years ago. If a motherfucker bring up some evidence on it and it look like it's true to me, then I'm gonna present and I'm gonna say what I gotta say about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that don't mean that a motherfucker is stuck on that. That. How many fights we have after that shit? You know what I'm saying? How many fights we having now and looking forward to what we looking forward to? So it ain't about being stuck in the past or being stuck on the fight or motherfuckers making excuses or this, that, it is that. It's just about right is right and wrong is wrong. And what we always say, what's done in the dark will come to the light. No matter when it get exposed. It could have happened 13 years from now. It could have happened 13 years from now. And we still are attacking the way we're attacking it now. You know what I'm saying? So what
but if I'm Deontay, he better wear horse heads that next fight and not have no qualms about it.
It ain't the point about him wearing horse heads. All I'm saying is this: what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You dig what I mean?
Yeah.
Why did he continue to wear the same gloves that he been wearing X amount of fights before they led up to that fight? Because he was successful in those fights. He was knocking motherfuckers out. So you don't have to go out your way to do this or quote unquote get even. You know what I'm saying?
He always wears either MX or Power Lock. Either way, it depends on how you feel that fight. Yeah. Right. So but I see what you're saying. Yes, definitely.
So all I'm saying is this: to the cats who's coming out that's looking like us, I don't give a fuck. Go for who you want to go for. Root for who you want to root for. I have no as long as we're keeping it boxing term. But don't come with these weak ass. Oh man, y'all can't.
No, exactly. Talk your stuff, bro.
And you ain't coming with shit logical. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have a logical conversation, we can do that. Don't read the motherfucker quote and get it misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? So That's why I look at these cats and I look at them and like I say, I don't see, I don't see like a motherfucker coming trying to have a conversation about the situation. I see a bunch of hating motherfuckers who's happy that Wilder lost, who's happy that he's out there
Yeah,
because of how they come. Oh man, I ain't no fan of Wilder, man. Fuck Wilder. You want to know why? Because Wilder is he talk too much shit. He talk too much shit. Like you come and tell me you're not a fan of Wilder because he talk too much shit. So you're a fan of Tyson Fury. You gonna tell me Tyson Fury don't talk shit? You see what I'm saying? Tyson
yeah,
Fury talk more shit than the other.
and not gonna try to give you all aspects like I'm trying to do. Like staying impartial, trying to give you, okay, well, bruh, this is how it could go. If it's this type of gloves, this is how it could go. Huh? This is the question that we may need to ask. They ain't gonna do that. It's just, well, look at that. You know, I don't like him because of this, that, and that. But at the same time, they'll like a certain other fighter because he hold his job and talk his mess.
Facts, man. D-Lo 404 just sent me the picture of Deontay Wilder head. I don't know if this it looked like a fucking dent in his shit, and I hope I can't even send it to you right now because
I know. You can send it to me after. It's okay.
But man, now that
We
don't.
can always talk about it again tomorrow. You know that.
Yeah, so it's just crazy though, bro. It's just crazy. Like I just hate the feedback that we get from motherfuckers that look like us and the American people that don't even give them the benefit of the doubt. Like they just make it like it's so far fetched. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey Run
Yes,
say
sir.
we've been told to believe what's being said with no facts given. I don't get what you're saying, Jeffrey. Said we've been told to believe what's being said with no facts given. Laugh out loud. I mean, I don't know if you, I don't get what you mean by that. But John Kramer said, I'm starting to believe that Wilder was set up for the word go, or from the word go.
Oh,
Go WBC, all the people that had something to do with the fight were all in one in on it. I truly
oh.
believe that. And me, that's your belief, John. I can't knock you. You about to say something?
So, wow, I didn't know this many people said this many comments. Somebody said, "Hey, the kid has knowledge. I love it." So I appreciate that. You know, oh, he said that in the Jeffrey, this guy named Jeffrey. He said, "Who is this kid? He's sharp as hell." Thank you, sir. I just grew up around it. I knew it, but you know, now somebody else said Fury must have bought gloves from his past fights and used them. Now, I want to speak on that. Now, okay, we all know how in America the gloves work. We've watched Floyd and his 24/7s where they have all of these gloves lined up. Some of them are different designs or whatever, but basically,
Hold on, 1 second.
yes, sir.
I'm hollering at y'all on Facebook. Money Laugh Out Loud. You'll get it on Facebook or Instagram, Jeffrey. John Kramer say he said that, champ. I said that, champ. I can't.
Thank you.
It's a lot of shit coming, bro.
So, in England, I believe that I heard it from gosh, I forget this guy's name, but he has his
talk buku shit. But go ahead.
His name is, he was a bronze medalist in the Olympics. His name is he owns a thing in California called Fit to Box or some, I forget the name, but he said he was talking about one of his fights where because he was an Olympian, he could do certain things. So he could wear now at the lower level, when you're working your way up, they, you know, a promoter may have the same gloves as long as it's not haven't been broken down and you can use them. You know, Damon Nicholson and Jared Hurd wore the same gloves one time. One night they fought. Jared wore the gloves and wore a pair of black and lime power locks. And then the next card that next month, because Jared stopped the guy in the first round, Damon stopped his guy in the first round. He had the same gloves. So I mean that happens. But I heard in England, and because of what he said, God, I'm so mad I'm forgetting his name because I really watched this guy. He said he could bring gloves that he wore, just like I said. If he fights and all right, the gloves still good. Well, let me use these since these are fight gloves. Man, all right, these are still good. He'll come to the fight that next month when he fought again, 3 months later when he fought again. Give him to the commissioner. All right, no incisions. The thumb is together. The laces, all right. This has been clipped. Okay, cool. Yep, you can wear them again. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Go for it.
Damn, I never.
So
that's my first time.
is a little like, oh, it'd be interesting if, yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to pull something like that off because it's bringing gloves from over here. And he will have to say, yo, I want these type of gloves made, boom, send them to me. And if you do that, like for instance, headbangers, they wear purple and silver, whatever. I remember when Patrick Harris, his gloves came and DeMar Nicholson's gloves came and they were Keystone. And they were reds. When I came in, they were still in the package. So when they come in the package, they come in the box and we take it out. They're in this suctioned plastic. And you do not rip do not touch, don't poke a hole, nothing. Because as soon as you even take a little safety pin and poke a hole, null and void. You can't use the gloves no more. And it's like, bro, these one little poke hole. No, you can't use the gloves no more. So like, and you got it and they still have to stay in the package all the way up until the day of the fight, show it to the commissioner, boom. Then you can wear them again, especially if there's like something like a WBC Feaker box belt on the line or USNBC belt on the line. You still have NABO, anything like that. You still have to. Now, I say all of that to say he could, but at the same time, you still have to. It's so many things that he would have to jump hoops through to try to pull that off. But my best bet, if he did anything, okay, the commissioner's there. You can have your coach. You can't do the old days stuff. And I'm going to say this, and then I ain't going to hold y'all up. You know, you can, one of the old tricks, I always love showing people this trick. Our old pro showed me this, that they used to do. Roll it up, and they would, so they would take this one, go over. Okay. Oh, sorry. Go back the other way. Go over. Oh, sorry. There we go. Now you can see. Now you see what I did? I took it and I rolled it up nice and tight. And now we're going to tie this some bitch up. And you see how I tied it up? Now we're going to tie it all the way, right? Okay. Now watch this, guys. All right. So once you do that, especially if it's like a card with a lot of fighters and you're all in, let's say, one dressing room, or it's not a lot of, so they got to go. If it's 2 commissioners and there's 8 fighters, they got to stick to who's warming up. So then, like, you'll take it and put it under the door. Like, you'll go under the chair and, like, press it. And and sit on that chair. And it'll make it a little softer and make it a little so that, because remember what I said, when you get brand new, fresh foam gloves, it's like, that's why you see a lot of guys twist instead of going like this with the laces. They'll twist first and then go under because it'll be more comfortable. And when you do that, you have a lot of guys who, you go do this and look at this, man. Like, look how much on the God, dog. So but when you do that,
those already broken in, the ones you got right now.
Right. All right. So that you still have to take the packaging. So if I was to say he did anything, if there's anything he could have done, we already got a good wrap. We got a cast. We got a good wrap, right? All right. If he could have did anything, I already got a good wrap. I got speed bumps on my knuckles. Some guys like flat, some guys like speed bumps on the wraps. And I think he had speed bumps. And it looked like a nice snug wrap. That looked like a cast he had on. That joint looked nice. Whoever he did a good job. Sugar did a good job. What if his coach? Now the coaches could touch your gloves. Once the guy from the other camp comes and looks as cool, they could sit there. They could leave it on the table. They could leave it on the table like I'm leaving these right here. Like they'll leave them just like this. Just sit them on there just like this, and keep on pushing. But if he wants, I ain't got nothing on my hands. Commissioner, I ain't got nothing on my hands. But so I just play with him. Just playing with him. We in the dressing room. We watching the preliminaries. See what I'm doing? I'm just watching TV, playing with him. All right, coach, I'm ready to warm up. All right. Yeah, trying to see how they feel. How they feel good. They just need to get broken in a little more. We'll do that on the mitts. I mean, and in boxing, it's such a checkered thing. And boxing is such a checkered thing. So many things can happen. So many tricks can happen in the sport of boxing. So I'm trying to make sure I don't sound far-fetched. I'm trying to make sure I sound impartial as possible. That's why you heard me when I was talking about some of the glove crap early in my other videos, because it was coming from people like Monty said, who didn't know nothing about no gloves. They want to be boxing fans. They are boxing fans, but they don't know what they talking about. They just saying, look at this, whatever. You have to be able to know what you're looking at, say, look, this is what I've seen, and then shoot for it, and then and really be constructive. Don't just be truculent and think that, oh yeah, that's it. It's supposed to just be like that, and that's how I'm rolling. It don't work like that. So, and then with boxing being the way that it is, you can do that and shoot it and say this, because there's always little tricks to the trade, even to cuts with cutmen and adrenaline and things like this. There's little tricks to mouthpieces, little tricks on not taking them out. It's all that stuff. So, it's a lot of things that but that what I just did maybe could have been a way that he worked the gloves in the dressing room.
Yeah, and that too. But when I look at the shit, I say still that dent is still has to be explained. And it's like you say though, if it's nothing there, where are the gloves, Fury? You know what I'm saying? Where are the gloves? You can kill it right there. I mean, you hit the nail on the coffin right there, bro. And we know what people do. They
with what? What did I say?
What they do with the gloves, like where the gloves at, show them.
Oh,
Show them and prove to us that it's nothing that was, you know what I'm saying, mix and match with the gloves. If you can show the gloves and say, you know what, I'm gonna put my fist in this glove. Now look at here, right here. You know what I'm saying? These are the true gloves. These are the ones that was worn right here. Signed off, Tyson Fury, championship gloves. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame gloves. However, you know how they do. They put a lot of shit. They take them, they cast them up, they put them in the boxing Hall of Fame. They put them in the fucking whatever they want to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Whether Fury got them to keep it from down the line, whatever. Get the gloves, put your fist in that bitch, and show that. Now, while then you and your fans and you and your team or whatever media believe that I cheated you, now look at this glove. Do it look like it got a dent in it? Look at it now. Look at it. You know what I'm saying? So you can prove it like that. But to me, bro, just looking at that shit, man, and like I say, I'm one of the first person to come out and gave Tyson Fury all the credit in the world for becoming the world champion. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to him. Did what he had to do. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had my doubts, I still kept my mouth shut. I ain't want to try to rain on the man parade. Let him have his day. Let the UK have a moment and all that shit. But as time go on, we already know information always get exposed. And looking at that shit, bro, I look at it and I look at it and I look at it and I say, you know what, man? Something was fishy, bro. Something was fishy. You know, my dude Cheddar Boxer come out and say, oh, y'all protected Deontay Wilder like a little baby. I never seen someone get protected like this, yada, yada, yada. Which that's a goddamn lie, because we're not going to even mention the shit that y'all do for Anthony Joshua. But that's for another video. But looking at people talking about Deontay Wilder is the less protected fucking heavyweight champion in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Look at what's going on now. Y'all won't even give him the benefit of the doubt. Y'all won't even go and even look and examine this shit and come back and try to have a civilized conversation. Right off the back, y'all looking at the shit and just, oh man, come on, y'all lying. It's Photoshop. It's Photoshop. Oh, get over it. He got his ass beat to a bloody pulp. This, that. You know what I'm saying? Won't even take the fucking time out to go look at the fight and say, you know what? Let me go look at these goddamn gloves and see what they talking about. Let me take my feelings out of it. This, that. You know, we look like we got the third fight coming up. A lot of people, oh, why isn't it an investigation? Why isn't they doing this? Why isn't they doing that? Well, maybe you need to give Deontay Wilder more credit for saying, you know what? The motherfucker did what he did, but I ain't gonna make no fuss about it. It is what it is. We gonna move on to the third one. I'm gonna make sure shit put in position. I'm gonna make sure it's right, and I'm gonna tear his motherfucking ass up, and let's go cause it for that. You know what I'm saying? But don't just take it and say, oh, y'all whining, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. Go look at the fight, and this ain't to you, Goldenboy. This is the motherfuckers who talking the shit. Go look at it. Write down your notes. Okay, first round, this. Okay, fourth round, y'all want to say it was a dent in the glove. No, I'm looking at the fight, Monty, or I'm looking at the fight, so-and-so. And what you say is a dent is not a dent, it's this. What you say is that is not that, is this. I took notes, I got logical. Now, y'all need to challenge me on this, since y'all saying it was that. And then we got to come back and say, you know what? Go look at the shit and say, God damn, whether we believe you or not. But one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give you credit for going to look at that shit and say, you know, I'm looking at this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yes, sir.
Yada, yada, yada. You know, so challenge people on that. But don't just come and, oh, Deontay Wilder's a fuck boy. Y'all kissing his ass. he got his ass beat. Fuck that, because you're not gonna get what we ain't gonna get nowhere. Because first of all, we not gonna let you talk about him like that. You know what I'm saying? So then here comes the argument, and now whatever you say after that, it don't mean shit to me. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean shit because of how you came. Oh, well, I want to look at the fight and this. Nah, fuck what you looked at. I don't give a fuck what you did. I don't want to hear shit you got to say because how you came up on the first part. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just about, like I say, it's about sitting down, doing what Goldenboy doing, have logic to your shit. Whether you believe it or you don't believe it, looking at it from both angles. If you ain't got a dog in the race, then you shouldn't be so pissed off about a situation. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm gonna look at it on both angles. I'm not just looking at this shit coming back, just saying, "Oh man, Fury cheated Wilder. He's a bitch." Oh no, I could have easily said that shit early on, but instead I waited for the shit to happen. Now I'm looking at it. I went and looked at the shit, and I'm looking at the glove, and I'm saying, "How the fuck did this dent get in this glove like that? Like, look at the shit that's going on in a fight." You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, you beat Wild ass like that. You got a motherfucker, his eardrum bleeding. You got him discombobulated, like shit like this. Like, damn, Fury never did nobody like this. Yes, you whoop some niggas ass and you knock some people out. But Deontay Wilder, like, I'm looking at like, God damn, you know? And
Yes, sir.
it's still question behind question. We're not gonna get all the answers. We're not. I know that. We're not gonna get all the answers. We're not gonna get what we're looking for. But at the end
And
of the day, I'm looking at this situation, and I'm looking at it through my eyesight, through my lenses, and I'm gonna speak on what I see, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And it ain't gonna be nothing to change how I feel unless a motherfucker come with some hardcore proof to change this shit for what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? But what you go ahead, go.
so I saw Mr. I think it was Wawa with a whole lot of numbers. He said, "What did I say about Fury?" And basically everything. Like for instance, I've always been impartial. Like people some of the people who follow me are because of Monty's recommendation. So what I was saying before you came in, I guess what I said about Fury was I've been impartial to both, and somebody's like, "Oh no, because you was defending Fury." No, I was not. What I said was in the very beginning of one of my videos, I think it's like 3 parts. I said, "Wait, they investigating Deontay because he took his power locks, even and pressed them on the wall." And as he's kind of like, you see guys, says he had on power locks. I'll put on my phone. Like he put them on, and he was walking around on the tape, like moving his knuckle up, trying to get it front, and then pressing it. Like he was doing that, right? And that was getting investigated. And I'm like, that's been going on since forever. Like Kovalev just did it recently. Like, what's the problem? So and I said when it came to what Fury did in the first fight, the reason what I was speaking on was certain people that were saying, well, first it was because he slid the hand down or whatever. And you can watch this over, get my man views up, watch it over, you'll hear me break down everything about it, what ain't much benefit to you. Only benefit you can have from pulling your hand down is I could make when the glove get heavy and later in the fight and the water's getting going. Me and Dusty was talking about that, man, about when you spar and you cutting weight, you got that water and that sweat, water coming on your head and the sweat going down into the glove. That glove get a little bit heavier. Good God, it is like you put it, so you moving your hand here just try to basically only. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to say, bro. After you're doing it because you ain't trying to get onward, so you just taking it back to the amateurs so you can get some wind back and then faint. And once I faint and I walk off, you see guys they'll throw their stuff, faint, and they'll walk off. They'll see them, and real quick, boom, now my hand's back up at the top. But the only damage that really no damage can be done by flicking it at you. None of this is gonna hurt you. But what can happen is if I'm fainting and I'm looking at you, I got him. Yeah, I got you blinging. Yeah, I got you blinging. Bop, bop, bop. Control. Now look what you see. I thumb you, or hey, come on, man. Now look what you see.
Yeah.
That can cut you or thumb you. That's the big word. Now with flicking, that's the big worry. But when it comes to hurting a guy, like buckling them, if anything, you flick at a guy to rock him to sleep. If you flicking at him, especially late in the fight, 6 through 12, oh, he's starting to wear down. He been flicking for 3 rounds straight. All right, I'm watching her. All right, he ain't got much power left, so I'm gonna slide in on him. Once I slide in, and I'll start touching, pulling, and now, oh yeah, he think I ain't got nothing left, and I might go on purpose and make him think I'm really trying to get him over something. Boom, boom, and I drop a brick on it, or I might go boom, 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 boom. Like you see my guy with Sweet G, you see my guy will do that junk all the time. Gary is sitting there, he'll let this stuff. Like soon as you thinking, he'll sit there, boom, moving his glove, he'll crossbar, boom, pull, carry, open the glove up, catch it. Next thing you know, touch little mid stuff, then boom, 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 boom. That's the only thing that you could get away with, but you ain't buckling nobody with no flick. But the worry is the thumbing, the lacing. That's in in the eye, cutting the retina, cutting the top eyebrow or even the eyelid. That's the danger that you're really, really, really worried about. But besides that, no, that's what I was defending. That's why Monty brought me here, because he knows I'm going to go with every single thing, and I'm going to, because the people that were saying that, oh, just look at this, they weren't being like what I'm bringing, like, all right, Big Country doing that with his glove. No, this is how that can work. This, all right, Tyson Fury doing this with the gloves. Oh, nah, this is the question we need to ask. What was those gloves? Is it this? So. But I greatly appreciate y'all, saying all the nice things. I just, what's helped me is I've been able to shut the hell up in the gyms. Tom Brown, Ernesto Rodriguez, Todd Barnett, James Baker, Sean Bay Mitchell, William Joffrey, Daryl Coley, so many, Mr. Bo. So I could go on and on. I listened, I learned, I watched, and I'm able to pick up on certain things and know like that's not right, or certain things can happen, and that's what I think a lot of people need to just sit down and do, is just really listen. But we're in a society right now where we're dealing with certain people on other sides who are just steadfast on their decision. They don't want to hear nothing at all. So why is it not going to be in the fight game?
Facts. I'm actually about 2 more things, Golden Boy, because my computer going down. We've been going
shoot.
This off the Fury and the Wilder situation, but my last thing on Fury and Wilder, I'm gonna say this, y'all. I feel like he cheated. I feel like once a cheater, always.
Yeah.
I try to get a man the benefit of the doubt, regardless, because I understood what was gonna come back at Wilder, and I didn't want that to come back on him. But either way it goes, shit is go like people go think how they want to think anyway, and it's gonna be hard to convince grown motherfuckers to think any different, especially when you're looking at the side and they're looking at the U.S. of A side and the African American side and how we reign so long in this boxing game. And fuck what Paulo Maldonado said, talking about Eastern Europeans run boxing.
Yeah.
Black fighters run boxing.
You know how I felt about Paulo, man. Wow.
To run boxing because we so fucking skillful and we some bad motherfuckers, in my opinion. But I want the third fight, and the third fight go tell it all. The third fight tell it all.
Very much.
And if
Very
Fury
much so.
come out victorious in the third fight, like a man, I'm gonna tip my head. I'm gonna give him his credit, but it ain't gonna change my mind on what I think about the first and the second fight. You understand? But when I think about who I'm rooting for going into a fight, all I think about is my fighter being victorious. So right now, Deontay Wilder will be victorious. He will bring Sophia back to Alabama. She will come back to where she belongs, where she supposed to reside at. You understand? And ain't gonna be shit to stop that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna happen in that third fight. You did. But my opinion on that, they cheated the shit out of Wilder. People gonna feel how they want to feel. It is what it is, But we got fights coming up, and these fights look like they're official, Golden Boy. One, it's not too big, but I like it because I am a fan of Virgil Ortiz. I like Virgil Ortiz, but Virgil Ortiz is signed, sealed, and delivered to face a guy that I'm gonna bring on the show, good friend, Samuel Vargas. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a cool fight, which I got Virgil Ortiz winning the fight, but I just seen that it was signed, sealed, and delivered. Your thoughts on the kid Virgil Ortiz coming up in the game and him facing Samuel Vargas?
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, okay, it's not much to say. When you looking at guys like Virgil, you and anybody else you want to mention, you're looking at are they turning that corner? Are they, like you always say, well, he fighting nothing but bums right now. He ain't fighting nobody. If you really know the game, what you're looking for is what young prospects is. Okay, they're getting rid of tomato cans. Let's just say it again. They're getting rid of tomato cans either way. But how are they dispersing of the tomato cans? I say this all the time. It's all about, do you see him progressing as a professional? Do you see, oh yeah, this boy is in there, is working with this boy in the gym. He's really working on his stuff. He's not sticking to, yeah, this is working and this is why, and this was getting me there, and that's it. He's not, and you see that with Virgil. You see that with a lot of these young pros coming up that I've seen in the amateurs when I was younger, all the way up to now that's turned pro, and you see them like, okay, yeah, he's turning. So this fight with Samuel Vargas, it'll be really spectacular if he can stop Sammy like in the 6 somewhere around, because I'm guess this is gonna be a 10 rounder regardless. I know that. You want to see the tricks, the pro tricks. You want to see the craftiness. You want to see, like, for instance, since we on gloves, about how he's picking punches. You know, like when you get certain gloves, you get used to them. You get used to picking and sliding and whatever. You know, like J Rock is oh, he's superb with this. He knows whatever gloves he wears, he knows he can get away with certain things with. Like with Reyes is, there's no bar. There's not a lot of stuff there to really block. So you catching it pure. You hear that noise, you catching it pure. So you wearing certainly being able to catch it with the side of it, the crease, catching on crease, catching on pick. You see little stuff like when you come out, you don't want to be doing too much pulling and slipping too much, because they were like, oh, this dude is overzealous. So I'm gonna feint it, make him look at this, and then as soon as he slipping, he comes back, pow, he running into something. So early in the fight, you see looking for stuff like boom, he's staying, everything's tight. He's picking it from here, making sure his shoulders pointed at the guy. So like y'all my opponent. It's that he's not square. He's not giving no stabs, no easy stab points. He's giving off on the side, like everything's boom. He's giving Olympic guard sometimes, or he's tight like this, or he's saying boom, picking stuff, boom, catching stuff, not chasing the pick, bringing his hand all the way out here. He's keeping it right here, boom, boom. If he does bring the pick out, he's blocking it here with the left hand, making it catching on the form, boom, turning it over again with the jab. Little things like that. That's pro stuff. That's pro stuff that you look for. Being able to swim the head on the inside, because Sammy Vargas is coming on the inside. We already know this. It's awkward. He got a lot of off timing stuff to try to make you like, oh, he ain't throwing it. Oh, the fuck, like that is so annoying. That is so annoying when you got an off timing guy with not a lot of rhythm, and all of a sudden he throwing stuff when you least expecting it. It's like it get really. That's the only time, me personally, I've been in this game since I was 4 years old. So since I could remember, honestly. So I've always known not to get frustrated, but that's the only time I've ever been frustrated, when I've been in there with guys with off timing. So this is going to be the fight that you see with young fighters where you see like, okay, he belongs in the top 15. He's turning that corner to be in the top 15. He belongs in the top 15. This kid is on his way. Like, this is that fight. This, to me personally, this is that rugged guy. This is that fight that you need. Like, so, this is going to be good.
Because Samuel Vargas, what fight was that? I feel like gave his ass a good ass fight. Was it Jesse Vargas?
I think so. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Jesse. Wasn't it Jesse? Yeah, I think it was Jesse.
Yeah, I think he gave Jesse Vargas a good ass run for his money, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I do agree though. Like I like Virgil Ortiz.
Mm-hmm.
I think he coming. He got to look, to me. Him and his pops got something to us early, even though they pretend like they like him and shit. They coming up. They want to fight him so damn bad and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
at
the end of the day, it wasn't Jesse. Damn, what the fuck was that fight? Sammy gave him a good ass fight. I'm like, damn.
Point being, because your battery down. Point being is that he's gonna be pulling. He's gonna give him some of the experience that Virgil needs moving forward.
Facts. Where he go test them. Like people say they want to see Boots get tested. I feel like Joselito Lopez is the fight for Boots coming up. You know what I'm saying? If they can make that happen, just to give you that test, And I know Virgil Ortiz, what is he, 15-0, 15 knockouts?
Yeah.
Fuck your fault. So yeah, I like that with him, But I do feel like Samuel gave him some type of run for his money. But will he knock Samuel Vargas' ass out? Maybe. You know what I'm
Maybe.
saying? You know, but I still feel like he gonna push him a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's the
And
whole thing. That's what their promoters is looking for. That's what the handlers is looking for.
he fought the shot at American. I think that was the fight.
Oh, are we breaking down what can happen in the third fight now, or we saving that for later, for down the line?
You saying Wild and Fury?
Yes, sir.
Nah,
Yeah,
but
big brother.
I was gonna touch on
Big baby.
no, you can
Dang.
touch on him if you want to. But he pissed me off because I had touched on his ass. But um um September the 19th, Teofimo Lopez
Tio. Yes.
and
Okay.
Lomachenko.
All right. Oh yeah, it's on me.
Out of 8 people, can I get 2 donations? Who rocking with the kids? Show some love, y'all. But yeah, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, September 19th, bro.
Shout out to Big Dose 513. Yeah, we all know Boost is coming. Yeah, you know everybody know Boost is coming.
My bro, Big Dog. What's going down, bro?
Basically, that fight, he honestly, and don't be surprised if that's the night Lomachenko get old. I'm not saying that he's getting old, but that can, every fighter that I've ever heard talking in the gym, it could creep up on you. It could come when you least expect. In one round you could get old, you know. And I've heard little things like that, and you're talking about a guy who's had a lot of, he's been in the fight. Like, I never forget Roy Jones said, when you see fighters get old in the ring, it's not you're not looking at the war, you only looking at, oh, he's been in too many wars. And you're looking at, like, Kennedy McKinney. God, people don't even remember that name. Kennedy McKinney, who was in hella wars and was an Olympian, all that stuff. You're not just looking at, oh, the pros, he's been in too many wars. You're looking at all the amateur fights since a little kid. You're looking at all the wars in the gym, and let alone sparring sessions in the gym that weren't wars, but just doing round after round after round. And that plays a factor, folks. Like, so, but at the same time, we all know T.O. is strong and he can crack. We know this already. We understand this. If I'm T.O., for you people, Monty always hear me say, he probably gonna grin when I say this. I ain't aiming for the head. The head gonna come. I'm hitting, just like I said about with Deontay fighting Fury. The head gonna come. We already know. We seen what you could do in the first fight. You can hit him in the head. I'm telling T.O. the same thing. We know we know you're fast enough to get to his head. But when he gets to stepping, sliding, pivoting, stepping on the side of you, ending up on parallel to you, we hitting him whatever. And you lock his knee. You lock his knee. If he tries in, you lock his knee. Once you lock his knee, I don't give a damn where you hit him at. All right. I just want something to touch something. I expect the skin from your gloves to touch his human skin. You understand me? And like, that's what I'm telling. And then we're gonna pour it on. But you bet not take a backward step. We don't want him getting comfortable. Then if it's a tape that I'm watching, oh yeah, watch the Salido fight. No, he's gotten better since then. If it's the tape that I'm watching, it's Luke Campbell. If it's a tape that I'm watching the Jorge Linares fight, and I'm watching the Luke Campbell fight. That's the tapes. I mean, of course we know Luke Campbell got arms like me, like longer arms than T.O. We know this. But the way that he worked, and Pedraza, he did some good work. None of those 3 guys was afraid of Loma. They worked with him. They gave it all they had. Those were losses that were only in the loss column. That's it, because those guys put in the work. They were honorable throughout. And you gotta love guys like that. They were honorable throughout.
Pay-per-view too, bro.
They
put it on pay-per-view too. It's a fight I pay for.
Yes, it's a fight I would pay for. Hell yeah. So
seen and unseen was one down, my brother.
I'm gonna give him, if I'm T.O., I'm setting it up. I already know he's looking for the brick. I know he's looking for the brick. So if I'm walking up and I'm tucked, I know he's looking for the counter brick. He's looking for the counter zip. He's looking for the counter brick. So I'm sitting there, I'm working that shotgun jab. I'm making sure he feel like when you first come out, you always pick a guy shot, see what type of power you're dealing with. And then the whole thing is with the shotgun jab. I'm usually, when you come out, you're gonna give a guy faint, like mid-speed jabs, like touching, like ranging, fancy was going. Then you're gonna give him like 3 fast joints, like you go up and down, little fat. But once you get him to look and like pull up or something like that, or slide off, then you hit him with the shotgun, like faint, see if he blink. See, like you're gonna faint, like I'm coming at, I'm gonna see if you blink, like I'm gonna throw a right hand feint. See, like you looking for little stuff in the first round. I'm telling T.O. that's going to be our bank right there. We need to see how afraid of your counter stuff and your power and your speed. How nervous is he? Because if you got good vision, like Loma does, and like for instance, the guy always said I had good vision. Like Jared gave me that problem. Man, you got good vision. It's because if a guy faint and a guy don't blink or pull or nothing, that means that he comfortable. He see everything that's coming off. That you got to really set a trap to make him pull, catch a blink or whatever. So you could get Loma to or walk or whatever. Okay, keep press. Do not take a backward step because we don't need Loma coming forward. All right, but even though I don't think Loma's gonna stay there to be that strong, his whole thing is gonna try to carry T.O. to the later rounds. The whole big thing is, man, turn this kid, turn him. Drop and once you sit there, feint him and shoot that shotgun jab, man, make him feel it. Pop, boom, drop the brick, drop that shotgun jab, pop, see, boom, and when you shoot it, you're gonna be looking to go up here, hit him in the shoulder, hit him in the collarbone, period. Hit him, man. We already know the head gonna be, man. Hit him in the collarbone, man. Let's see how you take it. Then we're gonna hit him in here. Then we're gonna hit him in the bicep. Then we're gonna hit him in the liver. Then we're gonna hit him in the floating ribs. Things like that. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna do that first. So that's gonna be the thing. And then if I'm Loma, I'm saying, you see how he sit too long? We're gonna make him pay for sitting too long. Once you make him do like you did Rico, spin around him, smack him on the ass, hit him on the back of the head, then hit him in the hip a little bit, then go back around him again, embarrass him. That's take him to the later rounds to see how he deal with it. That's gonna be the chess match that I cannot wait to. I can't wait to see, bro. Oh my god!
Listen, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand what a nigga just had to go through to plug this charge in his goddamn computer.
Thank you, Big Dose. I appreciate that, man. That makes me feel good.
Nigga, I almost just fell out the bed. I almost just electrocute my motherfucking self. God,
you all right?
Hell no, I ain't all right.
What did you do?
Man.
All right, it's time to get off. Time to get off, bro.
We good. I just had to plug this charge in. Now we good, bro. I just want to put my thing down. Listen. This is a hell of a fight. Shit, man. Yep. Hold on now. Let me work this motherfucker out. That motherfucker, I saw that electricity spark. I almost fell out the bed fucking around this. Look, y'all. This fight, man. This is the hell of a fight. My thing with this fight is this, y'all. I want to see if Teofimo can really pull this shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I want to see if he can really pull this shit off. Teofimo is not afraid. Teofimo is comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And he really feel like he can beat Loma. I ain't gonna say he feel like he think he can beat Loma. You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. Because one thing about Loma is a bad motherfucker. Loma is a bad motherfucker. You understand?
Surpassed Mark Breland as the greatest amateur of all time.
Out of 20, can your brother get 3 donations, y'all? So, all right.
Oh, I got about 2 more minutes, bro.
You put him past Mark Breland, you did?
No. You remember what the heck I said, man? Stop that. You knew what the heck I said.
The thing with this is, I gotta get Loma. I ain't taking no credit away from Lomachenko, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm giving
I know.
But that's a bad motherfucker in the ring. You know, it's a
Yeah.
bad motherfucker in the ring. And
Yeah, I was just saying that that's who people compared him to when
oh
he
yeah,
started winning and everything. They compared him
no
to
doubt.
Mark Breland.
And like he
Bad
can
my shit.
ass, bro. And he a bad motherfucker. So I just want to see what's it. But I got Loma winning the fight. I got to get Loma. Like I favor him.
Taking it late, starting
Yeah,
to edge
like,
it out late. That's respectable. That's respectable.
and I'm looking at Teofimo though. But he got the youth. But like you say, he can. Loma can get old that night. He can get old that night. And that's true. If Teofimo can go in that bitch and use his youth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at what game plan Teofimo's coming in our with. Because you can't
Yeah,
come with that bitch. I don't think he can box with Loma. I don't think he can box with him. I don't think he can go in there trying to box with him. I think you have to go in
yeah,
there. It's like you say, you got to go in there and find a way to frustrate Loma and make Loma do some shit that he don't really want to do. You know what I'm saying? Make him do some shit that
yeah,
he don't really want to do. So, and I seen Loma get frustrated before argue with his pops in the corner. So it's possible. You know, now like you say, don't go in there and watch the motherfucking the Salido fight, but try to mimic some of the things that Salido did
yes.
to
The
frustrate.
rough, the hitting on the hip, the
Yeah,
hitting on the thigh.
yeah.
Yes, that.
Trying to
Yes,
be a little rough and tough with his ass and try to rough him up. And Tank has something going for himself when he say he a bitch up. Now I don't know about bitching up with Tank, but I understand what Tank was saying. If you put the pressure on his ass and you come forward, you can make him do
and
some
make
shit.
him. What Tank is saying is make him feel moving up all these weight because this is what his third weight class or fourth weight class. Make him feel that.
Is that his third? No, that's his fourth. 135.
Yeah, and he skipped one. He went back down, he came back up. So make him feel that stuff.
Wait
Make
a
him
minute.
feel it.
Is this his fourth weight class, Goldenboy? No, this
Either
is
way,
this
either
is
way.
third. He a champion. He a 3 division world champion. This is third. This is third. Okay, so anyway, like you say, either way, put the pressure on his ass, bro. Put the pressure on his ass. Make his ass feel you. Make him feel you because Teofimo is a big motherfucker. You are 135 pounders, flat out. So you got to bring
Yeah.
the pressure on this boy and try to hit this boy and try to crack him and make him feel some shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, I gotta say this, then I gotta go. This is the I'll give y'all a quick story.
I need your thoughts on one more thing. I need you.
Okay.
Last thing.
Okay.
Last thing. I ain't gonna hold you too long.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all a quick story before we go to that next subject.
Yeah.
I've been in the ring with so many great guys like from our area, and one time when I was fresh out the hospital, Monty knows this story. I was able to, I think it was hit the Tony Harrison day. I was able to move around with Jared just to get his defense or whatever, you know, get him right. And I love telling this story. And so like use my speed, and Jared was like, man, if I could see your stuff, like everything, even when you tired, your stuff is short and tight. Now, mind you, I'm coming in there after the IV fluids, I want to say 144 and a half. And so we already know Jared is walking around at the most at the start of camp. Uncle Nestle says never come in more than 12. So he's like 66, something like that, right? Now going into game, I'm getting lower. I'm like at 36. So he, point being, has about anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds on me, all right? The stuff, bro, he wasn't even. I've dealt with other pros where I was 16 and working with a 4-0 pro named Norman Allen. He hit me on the thigh, hit me on from when Jared dropping his weight on me. And like, I'm like, get your big ass off me. Like, get off me. Until when I was 16 working with Norman Allen, who was 4-0, hitting me in the thigh, you know, putting his shoulder on me, dropping his weight on me, little stuff like that, hitting in the thigh, hitting in the hip, giving a little shit. Get off me. You know, little stuff like that. That can weigh on you. Like it can weigh. I mean, all the skills in the world, man, that jump weighs on you, bro. And you like, good God, man, Jared, I backed up, fainted, and Jared pulled me in the corner. And you know, Jared, he sit like this. He sit completely parallel. And he pulling that up, just the fool stepped in, dropped that. He pulled his shoulder right towards mine, leaned and dropped. I was like, stop. Get off me. God. So with that, you hearing me talk about sparring. This is what, 16 ounce, 18 ounce. We both had 18s on, headgear, cup. Now you're dealing with 8-ounce gloves, the cup and everything, the beaming lights. Make Loma feel that weight. You have to make him. That's what Luke Campbell did. Luke, you heard what Loma said after that fight, man. You know, you guys, I won't be here too long. You guys too big. And just saying that he said about Crawford. He said, I can't fight him right now. I lose. He's too big. He said, if he's a big guy, listen what he said. He said, Monty knows. He said, I lose. And people are like, what? At the ESPN studio, he said, I lose because he's too big. I can fight, but he can fight too. And if he's too big and he's a big guy and he gets in the ring that night and knows anything about what to do as a bigger guy in the ring, I lose. That's how T.O. needs to go in there.
Facts.
Make this man feel it.
I'm gonna say this, and I just want and when you brought up damn, I try. Damn, this bitch called me. You just said his name.
Oh, say it again, but I couldn't hear you because of the ringtone.
I'm sorry. Terrence Crawford. Crawford.
Yeah. What about it?
Your thought? Hey, look, y'all. Teofimo and Lomachenko, one hell of a fight. I think Lomachenko pulled it out. I think he outboxed him, but I do think Loma got a chance. I do think Teofimo got a chance to go in there and probably could hurt him and drop him a couple times. They can edge him to fight, or he do have the power to knock him out. He do got the power to knock him out. Now, I will say that, but I want to see what game plan he coming out with. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take this. But before I take this fucking call, Goldenboy, your thoughts on Crawford and Ugas, bro, and we can get up out this bitch.
All right, guys. So basically with Ugas, you're dealing with Cuban style. Cuban style is all about range. You never see Cuban guys really shoot uppercuts or short punch like uppercuts, hooks like that, because that was the thing about when Jay was going in to fight Laura. It was about, Cubans was all about range, about keep you here. They rarely ever, just like look when Luis Ortiz hurt Deontay the first time. Look at when he hurt him. He's throwing everything here. If he would have just turned it under one good time, because the way Deontay, so Cuban school is all about, I've worked with certain Cuban fighters and they taught me certain Cuban guys in Panama, guys from Panama that were over here, taught me, not just my uncle, but like certain guys taught me certain things, because I was perfect for it with my speed, my range, my arm length before I got sick. And, so with the arm length, it's all about that. So it's going to be very, okay, sum it up real quick with this because I got to go. You know how you have trainers who will stick their left guard out and they'll have the body back on. The whole thing is for the fighter to keep his head off the line. Boom, long shot. Boom, 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 turning. Boom, boom. Then move the hand, move that mid out the way. Boom, 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 whatever. That's how a lot of this is going to go. And it's going to be Ugas keeping it here and getting that stuff off and like trying to keep that, make it kind of boring. Because he doesn't have to really take it to him like he did Sean Porter, because he was expecting to have to move away from Sean Porter, but Sean Porter was the one doing the boxing because of his long arms. So he already has to do it in reverse. Buzz gonna come in. So Buzz whole thing is what I just said. That whole exercise where it's boom 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 boom, boom 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 boom, and throw your stuff, and then try to make him feel it, and then pour on the last two shots need to be hard. The first three shots could be 60%, 50%. I don't give a shit. I'm saying that I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna be. It could be 50, so I could give a shit. The last two, I need him to make them feel them. All right, we need to make them feel them. We need to make Ugas feel it. And the whole thing I'm telling with Ugas is watch the last tape above fight, see what we can mimic, and make this fight boring. If we got the crowd booing, we doing the right damn thing. Let's go home. That's what we doing.
And that's my motherfucking brother, J.R., the motherfucking Goldenboy, the boxing encyclopedias, one of the motherfucking, like, if he tell me something and you tell me something, I'm going to believe what he tell me over you 10 times, and I don't give a damn how you feel about it. No, I'm just fucking with y'all, though. But, man, I want to thank you, bro.
Thank you, big brother.
I got to take this call for this, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, and thank you guys for showing me so much. I'm Junior the Goldenboy on Instagram. Show me some love. And thank you, Monty, for everything.
Make sure you go follow 78 Sports TV on YouTube too.
Oh, yep, got you. And thank you, everybody, for showing me so much love. I was nervous. You guys made me not nervous by the comments. Thank you. And Monty, as always, it's all love, brother. Thank you.
You know, bro. You already know, man. That's one of the best doing it. Hey, I want to thank everybody, man, for riding with me, y'all.
I'm out.
Ride with me, bro. Oh, real, most definitely do, bro. Otherwise, he won't be on Monty Brown TV if he didn't. You dig what I mean? But it's all love, man. Y'all keep riding with me, man. Keep showing me love, man. Keep supporting, man. We gonna keep pushing for y'all. Whether you believe what people saying or not, come with a real fucking with an argument and not just a motherfucker that want to argue. Like if you got real facts on what you're saying, I sit down and I'll listen to you. And if you can prove me different or you can make me see things different, then you know what? I'm gonna look at it and say, you know what, you're right, bro. I ain't gonna be too uptight on the shit. But if you come and trying to argue, if you say some bullshit right off the back, then guess what? I don't give a damn what you got to say. Period, point blank. You did. But I appreciate y'all, man, for riding with me, man. Thank y'all so much, man. My brother John Kramer, thank you for the donation, chap. I appreciate you so much, man. Y'all know what it is. This your boy Monty. This the and as we see moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate, it's OG Money on Cash App, TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't donate, man, just tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, like, comment, share the video, all that good things, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Big dog status out here in these streets. Shouts out to the big OG 78, man. We're gonna leave y'all with this, man. What 78 said about me, man. And I appreciate this from 78 so much, bro. That's why I fuck with the LDBC so hard. LDBC is my brothers. I do ride for the LDBC. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna make that happen. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. We gonna make that happen. Point blank, period. You dig? But we gonna leave off on this note right here, bro. And look, man, if y'all can donate, bro, donate 2 times to me, man. Show some love to the king, bro. Like, y'all know we be working out here, bro. We be working. I just streamed. I mean, I had to show the fight. I was cooking earlier, but I had to back off. I had to back off. I had to delete that stream. Man, where we at? Where we at? Hold on. We go get it. We go get it. We gonna leave off on something positive. You know, I got a piss like here. Listen, the boy cheated. You know what I'm saying? He cheated Wilder. But I have to chop. Seeing I saying say I've been punched in the face. What you mean saying I saying? Saying I saying. What you mean by you being punched in the face? What happened, champ?
Homie. Money Brown TV, salute to the homie Money Brown TV.
That's from the
man.
OG,
I fuck with
man.
Money Brown heavy, man. Money Brown is not an official member of the LDBC, but he family. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with him heavy because he a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't use that term, you know what I'm saying? I don't just throw that shit around, you know what I'm saying? Money Brown a real motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about? I fuck with him heavy. He handled himself like a player. He moved the right way. He moved how a real nigga supposed to move, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with him.
Big facts, you know what I mean? Shouts out to 78 for the love, man. That's how we moving out here like real niggas supposed to move. Ride for the cause, ride for your people, show love for your people. Anything other than that is bullshit. You did box for years, champ, amateur, of course. Okay. So you know how them punches feel though. But I gotta get up out of here, y'all. Much love to y'all, man. Like I say, man, subscribe to the channel. Y'all be safe out there, bro. It's all love, man. We will be back with another one, champs. Peace out, family.